Alright boys and girls, Hogwarts Legacy 11 minutes of gameplay that IGN posted about 3 days ago. So, let's go straight into this, shall we?
Poachers were here, all sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here.
By the way, before we actually go into this video, I should have talked about this a bit before, and I'm really sorry to sort of keep on delaying, right? If you're one of those people who thinks that we should boycott this game because of J.K. Rowling, well, firstly, she has nothing to do with this project, yeah? She's not earning anything. Harry Potter isn't even in the title, okay? The fact that it's in the same universe, who cares, right? If you think that someone is transphobic just for buying the game, you are part of the fucking problem. And if you're offended, you're probably one of those people who think like that. So I don't really care. The rest of us is probably gonna enjoy this game, and that's all I have to say. I'm not gonna say any more on the whole boycotting aspect. I think there's plenty of people talking enough on that subject. I just wanted to quickly put my opinion out there. That's it. All right, let's get into the video properly.
Don't have a good feeling about this. How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
In one of the videos where they showed off the broom flying kind of gameplay, the developer said that basically it's one of those games where if you can see it, you can go there. So I'm really excited to see about how the open world will be. I know that when you're in a mission, it's a bit limited and you will be restricted to a certain path. However, when you're out of missions, when you're not doing a quest, you can explore freely. You can actually go wherever you want to. Now, I do wonder if it's that sort of level of freedom that Skyrim has, or whether it will be some sort of technical sort of, limitations or boundaries that you can't cross. So that will be something to wait and see. However, as far as I understand, if you can see it, you can probably fly there. So it's really cool to think about because the world looks beautiful, and obviously there are so many cool things in it. Especially there's so much potential in the Harry Potter sort of franchise, the magic, beasts, whatever. So yeah, this could be the next sort of Witcher, but with magic, I suppose, So yeah, all right, let's continue.
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
Okay, so they are hinting on the fact that you can do missions in a variety of ways, You can go in wand and blazing, or you can sneak around as she is doing at the moment. How did that guy not hear her run past? Like, okay, to be fair, he may be deaf, okay? Like, come on, we have to be inclusive. It's quite possible that he was deaf, so fair enough, I suppose. A poacher tent.
What in Merlin's name?
A dragon fight it. Okay, this is quite cool. This is quite cool.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now. And the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here.
As much as like the facial articulation for me is a bit of a miss, I really do enjoy the voice acting. I think that's quite well done.
How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Also the fact that we get to use like forbidden magic, and I suppose we get to choose whether we want to be bad or good. that's what I understand. That's a really like interesting concept for me to explore.
Victor was sinking straight and bargain with them. Had enough.
Oh, it's a bit like being
Revelio.
Right, the sound design is amazing on the spells. I really enjoy that. The sound design is really sort of crisp and sort of punchy. I quite like that. I was a little bit worried initially that this game is going to be like like a third-person shooter only with magic wands, but I guess seeing how the action works, I think the spells actually do have weight behind them, and it just feels. I mean, it looks good. You know, I don't know how it feels. I can only I can only imagine that with the adaptive triggers, this will just bring everything to life. So yeah, and as I said, the fact that you have these the forbidden spells, I don't know if you can choose to be specifically good or specifically bad. But if for some reason I kind of recall that I heard that somewhere, but I could be wrong. But if that is the case, that is just like an additional kind of cool concept to have within a game like this.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Nah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is going to get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them. Don't know how Ramrock's
Yeah, the sound design and the voice acting is amazing. I really enjoy that so far.
Soon our necks will be out from under wizarding boots. Wizard kind will pay for what they've done.
Yes. A more hushed approach is likely wise.
The wizard kind, that's interesting.
Afraid to fight? One less human to worry about. Let's get this over with.
I do wonder how many spells there are in the game. I know that the max level you can achieve is level 40, so this is like mid-game, because obviously the character's level is 19. So yeah. And I do wonder, like, can you actually change your spells on the go, or does it require some sort of in-game menu? Because I did hear from ESO that he actually played the game, and he said that it's actually surprising how in-depth the magic combinations can get. So that kind of makes me feel like, I guess they would allow you to experiment with these different magic spells and everything. These dragons are not doing too much damage to each other, are they? Okay, well, okay, maybe yes. Okay, fair enough.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there? They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her on, shall we?
Like, this is another thing, like, I've been hearing that people calling this game woke because, like, it immediately tackles, like, animal cruelty and like, you know, whatever, and, like, I don't know, because, like, on the one hand, right, I don't necessarily like games that are, like, pushing a narrative, like a political narrative on the player. On the other hand, in this game, it actually makes perfect sense. Listen, in this game, beasts and dragons are actually very well respected. So the fact is that there's an emotional connection between the wizard and the beast. Like, for example, look at Harry. Harry had many different sort of friends that were technically animals, right? So the fact that there's like a general connection, a genuine connection between the character and the beast is completely legitimate to me. So I don't see how this is trying to push a narrative. I think this already is part of the universe, and I don't have a problem if the narrative that they are trying to push makes sense within the universe itself. For me, that's you know, good. And also, if this brings a message across about animal cruelty, that's just a bonus on top, you know, so I really have no issues with this at all.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. Can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
Alohomora.
So there's like a little mini game to open locks. Okay, it's not too bad. Alright, fair enough.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a second.
Let's make them count.
Like, I do wonder if, depending on what spell you're using, does the character animation actually change, or is it constantly the same sort of boo, 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 and then a spin around? You know, it's, yeah, like, I think feedback in animation is a huge thing, and I think for me personally, for Spoken, one of the reasons why I actually didn't entirely get bored in that game was because I think Frey's animation was amazingly done, and I actually did mention that in the review. So even though Forspoken for me was like a painfully average game, however, there were parts of it that was amazing, and I think one part of the animation itself in combat really did give it that sort of extra push that made me feel like at least there's something to, you know, sort of go on for. So I wonder if you know, how extensive are the combat animations in this game, because so far I've been seeing the same moves. So I'm just wondering if this is how it's gonna be. If yes, okay, fair enough. That's, you know, I can live with that. But it's just, you know, it would be nice to see if there are other ones. It would be nice to see them show it off.
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend. Careful, not.
One less Shiva to...
Oh, that's really cool. She turned him into a chicken. That's amazing.
One less Shiva to...
I really like that. Okay. So I believe that was a super move because the combo meter was completely filled, and I think she did the R2 and R1 at the same time, I believe, because I haven't seen that move before, and that's a really cool move. Again, I wonder if these super moves, I call them super moves, whether they can be sort of changed, or does it come with like your current magic abilities, or you know, whichever you selected. Interesting.
Let's see you survive.
This is also the first time I saw her roll, so you can actually roll in the game, and the way she heals is through potions, so I'm imagining that you can actually craft potions, whether on the fly, or do you have to be in a specific room to cook the potions up, depending on how realistic the game wants to be, I guess. I did hear that it is not a Hogwarts simulator, so you can't actually go to classes whenever you feel like, or, you know, just do stuff. It is part of the main storyline, even if you go to classes. So it's not going to be like, you know, like one of those Persona 5 experiences, which I don't have a problem with. You know, I do enjoy a narrative storytelling rather than, you know, giving you that sort of freedom of choice. I mean, I like both, but obviously I don't mind this approach as long as it's well done.
We need to free her now before more show up.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
I enjoy that, I'm not gonna lie. That was actually, I don't know, that was really well done, I feel like. Of course, I can go around and, you know, find the little nitpicks, the facial animation being the biggest one that I'm a bit like, But I mean, listen, if everything else is well done, if the combat is solid, if the open world is good, I can forgive something like that. The reason I was really hard on it in Forspoken was because Forspoken did so many things wrong that was just like top of the iceberg. But yeah, if this game looks fun, obviously, I would like to see like a variety of spell. They hinted that the missions can be completed in different ways, stealthy, loud, perhaps, you know, who knows, maybe there are skills that will contribute to how you can actually complete missions more successfully. But yeah, I mean, so far I like it. There's nothing that I would say is concerning to me. The entire drama surrounding the game itself is more concerning than anything inside the game itself. So I really hope that people actually start to come to their senses and realize that there's no need for all this fucking bullshit. I mean, I've seen people getting fucking death threats for buying this game. Okay, like that is just way too far. And not to mention the fact that if you're trying to protect a community, which is the LGBT community, if you're arguing that we are the bad guys for buying this game, and then after when we buy this game, you're the one who's sending death threats to people like us, at that point, where is your moral standing? Like, how are you even arguing that you're trying to defend a community when then you're basically, you know, being such a savage to others? It's like, I don't understand it. So listen, I'm sure most of us here are going to, you know, are excited for this game, and we're going to enjoy this game, and hopefully all this drama kind of just passes away, as it usually does anyway. But listen guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video as much as I did. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.